Hey movie lovers, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're firing up the DeLorean and taking a deep dive into one of the most brilliant, yet easily missed details in cinematic history. We're talking about the 1985 classic, Back to the Future. This film is an absolute masterclass in storytelling, packed with clever foreshadowing and intricate details that reward you on every rewatch. But there's one specific detail that perfectly encapsulates the film's genius concept of cause and effect. I'm talking, of course, about the tale of two malls, the Twin Pines Mall and the Lone Pine Mall. It's a detail so subtle that you could watch the movie a dozen times and still not catch it. But once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it, and it will deepen your appreciation for this timeless masterpiece. So, let's set the scene. At the very beginning of the movie, we're introduced to Marty McFly. He's meeting his eccentric friend, Doc Brown, in the parking lot of a shopping center at an ungodly hour of the morning. What's the name of this place? The sign is big, bright, and clear. The Twin Pines Mall. Remember that name. It's the starting point for Marty's entire adventure. It's right there, in that parking lot, that Marty first witnesses the DeLorean time machine in action and, shortly after, escapes the Libyans by flooring it to 88 miles per hour, accidentally sending himself back to 1955. Now, this is where the magic happens. When Marty arrives in 1955, he doesn't exactly have a smooth landing. He crashes the DeLorean, not onto a paved parking lot, but directly into a barn. This barn belongs to a bewildered and shotgun-wielding farmer named Mr. Peabody. As Marty frantically tries to escape the enraged farmer, who thinks he's an alien invader, he swerves the DeLorean across the field, and in his panicked getaway, he runs over and completely destroys a small, unassuming pine tree. You might think this is just a throwaway gag, a bit of slapstick comedy to show Marty's chaotic arrival in the past. But in the world of Back to the Future, nothing is a throwaway gag. Every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect. At the time, Mr. Peabody had two young pine trees planted on his property. Marty just took one of them out. So what was once Twin Pines Ranch is now, effectively, Lone Pine Ranch. For the rest of his time in 1955, Marty is busy trying to get his parents to fall in love and find a way back to his own time. He fixes the past, or at least he thinks he does. He ensures his own existence and, with Doc Brown's help, harnesses the power of a lightning strike to power up the flux capacitor and return to 1985. And here we are, back in the present day. Marty arrives just in time to see Doc saved from the Libyans. Thanks to the bulletproof vest he was warned about, everything seems to have turned out for the better. His family is happier, more successful, and Biff is now waxing their cars instead of bullying them. It's a happy ending. But as Marty reunites with his girlfriend, Jennifer, where do they find themselves? They are standing in the parking lot of a shopping center. It looks familiar, but something's different. Marty looks up at the sign, and it doesn't say Twin Pines Mall anymore. Instead, the sign reads Lone Pine Mall. This is the punchline to a joke set up an hour earlier in the movie. The mall, built on the land that once belonged to Mr. Peabody, was named after the remaining landmark on the property. Because Marty destroyed one of the two pine trees back in 1955, the future he returns to only has a mall named after a single pine. It's a beautiful, subtle, and incredibly clever way to visually demonstrate the butterfly effect. Marty's one small, seemingly insignificant action in the past had a permanent, tangible impact on the future he returned to. It's not a major plot point. It doesn't drastically change the story. But it shows the level of care and thought that writers Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale put into their script. They created a world with consistent rules, where time travel has real consequences, even small ones. It's a detail that doesn't need to be explained. It's just there for the observant viewer to discover, a little reward that makes you feel like you're in on the secret. This is what separates a good movie from a truly great one. It's not just about the big moments, the explosions, or the dramatic confrontations. It's about the texture, the depth, and the tiny details that make the world feel real and lived in. The change from Twin Pines to Lone Pine Mall is a perfect example of show, don't tell. The film doesn't pause to have a character pointed out. It trusts its audience to be smart enough to connect the dots. And think about what else this implies. If something this small changed, what other, even more subtle changes occurred in Hill Valley that we don't even see? It opens up a world of possibilities and makes you think about the story on a much deeper level. It's a testament to the fact that every single frame of this movie was crafted with purpose and intention. So the next time you watch Back to the Future, keep your eyes peeled. Look for the sign at the beginning, and then look for it again at the end. It's a small detail, but it represents the entire theme of the movie in one perfect visual gag. It's a reminder that our actions, big or small, have ripples that can change the course of history, or at the very least, change the name of our local shopping mall. It's just one of the countless reasons why, decades later, Back to the Future remains one of the most perfectly constructed screenplays ever written. What are some of your favorite hidden details in movies? Let me know down in the comments below. I love discovering these little Easter eggs. Thanks so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Until next time, take care.